and such amazing faces. In a world of perceptions, where we always believe in getting into the dreamy world altogether with our right perceptions, we shall present to you the reality, presenting the wondrous bridal jewelry collection. And I'm truly delighted to actually see the bride smiles. As I said, you're wearing the mask, but even below the masks. Ladies and gentlemen, our country, India, as we all know, really believes in a grand celebration. Our country is always colorful, and when it comes to the bride and the bridal jewelry, I think it is one of the most amazing moments where the entire family gets together for the right selection. This evening, ladies and gentlemen, the World Gold Council shall give you the trendiest of designs and, of course, for you to get into the right mood and the right favor of celebration. Presenting, ladies and gentlemen, with a loud round of applause, the bridal jewelry collection. The bridal trendsetters are here to win your hearts. So keep those smiles intact and blink your eyes, because later on you might forget to blink those eyes. My name is Simran Ahuja, and as we all know, every girl dreams of that very special day when she has to look like a princess. And of course, every mom and dad truly awaits that precious moment. So we are here celebrating and enjoying ourselves. But before that, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the Managing Director of World Gold Council, Mr. Soma Sundaram, to truly speak a few words to all of you on this very auspicious occasion. At first, sir, it's after 20 months that we are all live watching a show. And we thank you so much for all the love and support. And of course, for one of its kind, the fashion extravaganza in the gems and jewelry world. Thank you very much, dear sir.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. I am definitely not going to stand between you and a fantastic show. We are very happy to sponsor this show. And ideally, it will be nice every time I come up to speak, a setting like this is put up, but I never get that chance. So, well, before the show starts, obviously, a few words. It's been an exciting day. I listened to quite a few of these panelists, and particularly the last one was really good to listen to the leaders and about what they think about the gold industry. But as the World Gold Council, it's our job to always worry, because we have seen markets, big markets, disappear. And while we know that gold is very, very dear to India and Indians, we always worry, what are the trends that keep this gold demand alive? And what are the trends which are acting as headwinds to this? So India is a land of surprises, as we all know. So while there are speakers who said that the demand will never go away, our association with gold will always remain, yes, we also love to think about it that way, but we have seen, as I said, big markets disappear in the last 25 years. So India can surprise us. I mean, people said about 15 years ago that digital will never pick up in India because internet will never pick up, because rural areas, there is no power, there's no education. But we all know what is the reality. India absolutely stands #1 in the world. I mean, it has even exceeded US when it comes to use of mobile internet. So we should not assume that some of the trends that we know and we are familiar with will continue. So today, I did, as they were talking, I was putting across various trends, which I pose as a question to you. I'm not going to be very long here, as I said. Let's look at why the gold demand survives. How much of the gold demand is really linked to overall loose tax compliance? How much of the gold demand will disappear when the government is already taking steps, when the government takes further steps to improve tax compliance? What will happen if we have internal industry issues like hallmarking and things like that? What will happen if the financial awareness greatly improves. We also know that quite a bit of rural India buys gold because there is no financial inclusion. What happens if that changes? And that is going to change. So things like this always keep us worried. Are we prepared for it? And trust is a very, very important thing that this industry has to work on. The image of the industry, for all the glamour and the glitter, clearly is not very high, either with policymakers or with the consumers. And that's something which we as a World Gold Council do look at it, slightly staying outside the ring. In this context, therefore, what we have done is we have decided. You saw the marketing campaign. So we said, obviously, as a category, gold has to be marketed. Not a particular jeweler's brand, but as a category, we've got to bring it and make it more relevant to the millennials. The second one we are working on is to improve the trust. And that's where we believe that the industry has to get together to make sure that it governs itself. Many of you may not have seen it, but in Kerala, for instance, there is a move now to put a video in every showroom so that the GST authorities can actually watch live every shop as and when they want it. Now, it's obviously not an idea anybody would support, but that's the image of the industry with the government. When it comes to it, they say, oh, you're not compliant, we would like to police you more closely. The reason is the industry does not probably have a structure to govern itself. So as a World Gold Council, while on the one hand we are supporting events like this, we are supporting a category campaign, we're going to bring about a self-regulatory organization. We are doing this globally, but we are leading it in India. We will create a well-funded self-regulatory organization which will be very independent and which will help the industry form a code of conduct and drive compliance in its own way. You have seen how mutual funds have grown. AMFI is there. If you take the IT industry, you have NASSCOM. You take many industries, automobile. Every industry has a self-regulatory organization, any industry which does well. But this industry, one of the richest, and one which has got so many millions of customers, does not have that structure. So as a World Gold Council, we have decided we will come out with a self-regulatory organization which will be independently governed, and more of it you will hear in probably next few months. We are also doing outreach with the retailers. Those who want to be part of this will be part of this. Obviously, it's going to be voluntary, but I can tell you with what we have seen across the globe that any jeweler who is not willing to be part of this will probably lose out a big time. So with that few words, I would just say, and the name of the initiative is Swarna Adarsh Abhiyan. For those who are interested, certainly you will see that tomorrow in the IIJS. But for those who are interested, can go into the website and can look at it. But we want this to be an industry-driven initiative, but where the industry shows to the government, to the policymakers, to everybody, that it has a very good image and it can govern itself in a very, very independent manner. So with those words, thank you very much and enjoy the evening, and glad to be here.
Thank you very much, Mr. Soma Sundaram sir, and that was very energetic. I must say, yes, the energy definitely comes from the gold. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, may I please request you all to kindly put your hands together for the World Gold Council. Thank you very much, dear sir. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me as we welcome the chairman of Gems and Jewelry Export Promotion Council, Mr. Colin Shah, to share a few words here with us. A very good evening to you, dear sir. How are you doing this evening, sir?
How are you? Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Bangalore. So, I've been getting this question last, I would say, couple of months now, that is IIJS happening? When is IIJS happening? Is it going to happen in Bombay? Then the question moved to, why is it happening in Bangalore? Can we shut this for some... Excuse me. Can somebody shut this? You can't shut it? You can't shut this? Yeah. So, finally, I mean, coming to the end of the story, is that the show is happening, and it's happening thanks to all of you present here. And I must say that, the whole team at Council has worked tirelessly to make this show happen. And we've also, in answer to a lot of questions which have been coming our way this last couple of weeks, we've tried to make sure, and I can assure you that it's going to be absolutely safe. We've taken every COVID protocol possible, and we are really, really hopeful that this show goes well and up to everyone's expectation. Then, I must say over here that the Prime Minister has given us a vision of having a $400 billion export from India this year. Out of the 400, the target for our industry is $44 billion. And I'm very proud to say that April to August, we are spot on target. We have a 25% growth over last year. And, the exports will happen. So again, thanks to all of you all and the hard work which this entire industry has put in making sure that this industry is already, number one in diamonds, like all of you all know. We're number 2 in jewelry. We're number 1 in most gemstones, except for rubies, every other gemstone. We're number 1 export out of India. So if we continue to sustain and grow on this path, there is no reason that why India won't be the only destination for gems and jewelry in the world. Now, coming to, I guess, all of you all, and, I guess big part of this audience is retailers in India. We just wanted to say that besides the domestic business, there is a whole opportunity which lies for you in exports. E-commerce is really opening up, and if nothing else, the pandemic has taught us that e-commerce, which was 5% of the business globally, has now become 20% of the business globally. And our government has recognized that and has taken a lot of measures over the last, I would say, 3 quarters now to make the whole e-commerce experience out of India seamless. So whether it's shipping to any destination across the world in the lowest cost possible, whether it's making sure that the piece of jewelry that you ship is at the consumer's doorstep within 72 hours of shipping out of India, all this is going to be a reality extremely soon. We've also tied up with eBay and Amazon. On eBay, we have a council portal now where you can upload your SKUs. They've given us a 6-month free membership fee too, if you're a council member. So I would really encourage all of you all to avail of this very good opportunity to growing your e-commerce business. Last but not the least, best of luck for the show and have a great, great IIJS. Thank you everyone for coming here.
Thank you, Mr. Kolinsha. And ladies and gentlemen, tonight is the night. We're all excited and thrilled. I can see the energy in the room. And of course, at the same time, the excitement, bringing